Hey, welcome back to Cards and Comics. Today I got for you a box of 1994 Fleer Flair. So this is the second year for this product. And I've got a box of Series 2. And inside we're looking for the Hot Gloves and Wave of the Future. So here we go. And we'll see what we can get. Obviously, we want the Hot Gloves. Now, you saw my first video. Hopefully you did on my 93 Flair. And how we talked about it was, and I'm just going to take it out of the box so they're a little easier. It was some of the first premium packaged cards. So you can see they're all in these high-end mini boxes, so you can blame Fleer Flair for starting the old mini box trend. So yeah, so we got these. We got 2, 4, so 24 mini boxes, and we will go through each of these and see what we get. So, all right, starting on the right here. Now, obviously, we want the Hot Glove. That's what we're really looking for. So, for me anyway, the Hot Glove is what I'm looking for. The last time we went through these, the cards did not stick in the 93, so we'll see if the 94 is similar in design in terms of stickiness. And we'll see what we get. All right. Move my knife out of the way, maybe. Here we go. Jose Mesa. Kevin Mitchell. Tim Naring. Andy Benez. John Wetland. Tom Pagnazzi. Tom Gordon. Billy Hatcher. Sterling Hitchcock. And Steve Avery. So nothing big. Pack 1. Here we go. Pack 2. Again. Oh, right off the bat. Oh my gosh, guys. Not the big whale, but this is cool. Not number 1, so it's not a, but it's a cool card. They're on the back, so I guess it kind of spoils a little bit. But for me anyway, Jose Manzanella, David Cohn, Bill Wegman, Sandy Alomar Jr., Mike Stanton, Travis Fryman, Orlando Miller, Benito Santiago. Cards look really nice. They're not sticking. Here is Rick Aguilera, and then you kind of see the Hot Glove behind it, and it's a good one for me anyway. Greg Maddux. Look at that. That is so cool. I know they're not worth a ton, and they used to be probably even worth more than they are today, but you gotta admit that, getting these cards is just, these are cool. Cool cards. This is why we open this kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I know, I could just bought that card, but pulling it is cool. I didn't open a lot of this stuff back in the day. So hitting one, is cool for me now. I don't even have a lot of in my collection just because, I never really, I think I got the Griffey, that's about it. But yeah, I never really opened a lot of this, and it was expensive. I mean, this is right when I was would have been, in high school, and cards versus going on dates maybe not have been a big deal. Robbie Thompson. Here we go. Jeff Facero. Juan Guzman. Kurt Schilling. Luis Polina. Kevin Gross. Chad O'Jay. Deion Sanders. Kevin Brown, and then another insert. So we've got infill power done manually. So they did up the game on the inserts really nicely. So we complained a lot in that first 93 set about, the Way to the Future set being kind of lazy and, just a kind of mailed in design, even though, I think they're still kind of cool. Early insert, but, not as cool as this insert. Look at this thing, die cut, striking, that orange color, it just looks cool. That's a huge step up in year 2, on the inserts. And again, if they had die cut those Wave of the Future cards, with that wave design, and I think it would have been amazing. So anyway, all right, pack number 4. Yep, pack number 4. So we've already hit 2 inserts out of 3 packs. So I think we're doing good on the insert game. All right, so we got Chris Gomez. You got to hold these at the right angle, really, to see him. Greg McMichael, Lance Johnson, Doug Drabek, Greg Colburn, Denny Neagle, now with the Pirates, Randy Johnson, cool card of Randy, Leo Gomez, Brent Gates, and there is an Alex Rodriguez rookie card. Again, another card that we're looking for. I know it's an afterthought, and I know a lot of people have different thoughts about A-Rod. We'll see. He has got a lot of stats. If they start letting some of those guys in the Hall of Fame, he'll be probably the second on the list to get in behind Bonds. Folks who've had issues with the cheating. We'll see. I think it's still up in the air if those folks ever get in. I think him being on TV and still be involved in baseball, where Bonds is kind of outcast, to a lot more of an extent than A-Rod is. It's very interesting, because you heard from a lot of people who just thought A-Rod was a bad guy, when he played. They didn't like the guy. But now it's like, he's well received as a broadcaster, and I think it's just interesting. I thought he would have taken the Bonds route and been ostracized, but he's really back in the good graces, and we'll see what the future holds for him. Joey Hamilton, Bill Swift. I do know that his rookie cards are going up. Moses Lou, and I think people are kind of speculating that Brian McRae, that he'll eventually, Bobby Munoz, Terry Mulholland, that he might eventually get in. Delano Shields, one of the last cards of Eddie Murray, John Ruffin, and Brady Anderson. Now, is this the year he hit 50 home runs? No, he had not hit his 50 home runs yet. I forget what year that was. But yeah, he hit 13. And the year before he hit 21. So we still not had the Brady Anderson abnormally year yet. So the roiding up of the game hadn't really happened in 2003 yet. Yeah, so and I'll confirm it, but I think they call this Flair Series 2. I think they're just talking about the continuation of the very first Flair Series, but I'll go look, because I thought there was just one series. It's 200 cards. I didn't think there was 2 series of this product. And I think it just means it's a continuation of the first series, of 1993. David Segui, Chuck Knobloch, Lee Smith, Bobby Witt, Brian Hunter, Harold Reynolds, Terry Pendleton, Robin Ventura, Ravilio Manzanillo, and Jeff King. All right, so I forgot Jeff King stayed with the Pirates well after Drabek. That's interesting. I forgot he stayed that long. I'm not sure he had much of a career after 93, 94. I think he was pretty much done at that point. It's funny how players, just their careers just kind of die. That's, almost all of a sudden. And I think he was one of those guys who just, when that clip hit him, he just kind of, I think he may have played for the Kansas City a little bit, but yeah, he never was as good as he was for the Pirates. And he, I don't think, he was never a superstar, but he was a good player for a lot of years. All right. Got Ron Karkovice, Steve Finley, Andy Van Slyke. I think a lot of people a lot of the Pirate fans, loves Van Slyke, Ray Sanchez, Edgar Martinez, Hall of Famer, Mike Mussina. I think he will be. Ricky Henderson, Dave Nilsson, Chris Gomez, David Cohen. All right. So I don't know if we've hit all of our inserts that we're going to hit. I think there are some of them are 1 to 6 and some of them are 1 to 21. I think the Hot Gloves are the 1 to 21 and the Way with Futures are the 1 to 6, just like they were the year before. And I think the infield power cards are somewhere in between. So last time we way over delivered on our Way with the Futures. If we could do the same thing on our Hot Gloves, that would be awesome. Love to hit 2 of those. Obviously, Maddox to me is a good player. One of the good ones to hit. Here we go. Scott Brocious, Pat Lestache, Damian Easley, Roberto Kelly. All right, we got flip cards. Okay. Well, that's Joey Cora. That's Julio Franco. Hoping it was Thomas. It's like Biggio, Jerry Brown, Mark Grayson. Here is another infield power card, and we got Darren Dalton. All right, it's the second one of those. No Way with the Future yet. Interestingly enough, I thought that's the one we'd hit the most of, but maybe they changed the odds that year. All right. Maybe they weren't 1 and 6. All right. John Roper, Otis Nixon, Ronnie Elliott, Gabe White, Bob Tewksbury, Felix Jose, Ricky Jordan, Pat Kelly, Brett Beller, and all right, there's your infield power, Will Clark. Third infield power. So that insert is hitting a lot. Third one of those. And again, they are definitely not the insert that everyone's looking for. This product. But it's cool to hit 90s inserts. Hopefully we can hit somebody cool. So here we go. All right. Got Mel Rojas, Ed Sprague, David West, Bob Wickman, Ramon Martinez, Pedro's brother, by the way, Paul Shuey, Andres Galarraga, Dean Palmer, Luis Lopez, and another infield power, Mike Piazza. I remember having this card as a kid, actually, because it was an early insert of Piazza, and I thought it was cool. So I kind of like seeing it again. All right, so that is infill power number 4. So if those are 1 and 6, you know, like the box says the easiest inserts are, that should be it for that insert. That's interesting. We're getting all those pretty much in the first 10 packs, so to speak. And the inserts are always right on the back. So as soon as you open the box, depends on how you open it, you will know right away if you have an insert. So they are not hidden in the pack at all. All right, let's see if we can get some cool base cards here. Matt Miski, Jorge Fabregas, Mark Lemke, Roberto Hernandez, Kevin Caminiti, Chuck Carr, Derek May, Jay Buhner, Sid Fernandez, Brett Saberhagen. So maybe there was 2 series this year. Because not hitting, I remember me saying that one of the tricks that Topps would do almost in every Series 1 and Series 2 set was breaking up Thomas and Griffey, or, you know, Nolan Ryan, you know. So you couldn't, you know, you didn't get one series to get, you know, all the big, let's say, players. You had to get the other series to get your full set. But, you know, if you wanted Thomas and Griffey, you couldn't get them out of the same series a lot of times on base tops. Or the Griffey and the Nolan Ryan, or whatever, you know. I think they knew that, you know, they had to space them out a little bit to get people, you know, excited. Nowadays it's all about the rookies, so they put the rookies in multiple series. Fernando Valenzuela, Mike Stanley, Eric Harris, Eric Plonk, Marvin Freeman, Jose Canseco with the Rangers, Tim Myers, and we got Brett Barbary. Okay. All right, halfway through. Trying to get this bad boy done. You know, it'd be a lot faster if you didn't have to open up the cellophane, the box, another cellophane. Oh man, all right, well, just like last time, looks like we've over-delivered on, let's say, the easy-to-get insert. And, yeah, we did. So, Greg McMichael, Lance Johnson, Doug Drabek, Craig Colburn, Dean Eagle, Randy Johnson, Leo Gomez, Grim Gates, Matt Miski, and infill power, Rafael Palmeiro. Yep, another guy hit by scandal. He would have been a surefire Hall of Famer as well. Yeah, and he's definitely a guy nobody talks about. I think his performance in front of Congress cemented his status as being a big old liar. So, Rafael Palmeiro, unfortunately, you're not making the Hall of Fame. At least you won't be one of the early first accusers of roids to get in, I don't think. I think you're going to be at the end of the line, unfortunately. Fortunately, Dane Wilson, Bobby Bonilla, Damon Berryhill, Greg Vaughn, JT Snow, John Smoltz. So we're getting some better players now. Danny Bautista, Shane Reynolds, Kevin Miller, and Wes Chamberlain. So that pack actually had some decent players in it. You know, a lot of packs with, you know, very few players. So again, maybe this is not, maybe it's 2 series, like I said. If that's the case, then yeah, then we probably won't hit a base Griffey. Should have looked it up. I know I shouldn't admit I don't know the set as well as I thought I did. But, you know, these packs are fairly cheap to get. Obviously, you know, back in the day, you know, getting an A-Rod rookie was... This is very interesting. Look at that. I got the first pack that has a yellow, or sorry, a pink paper dot on it. That is very interesting. None of my other packs had that. I'll show you the next pack I open. I just figured you didn't want to see, you know, cellophane wrapper after cellophane wrapper, but yeah, that's interesting. All right. Devon White, Bernie Williams, Henry Rodriguez, Omar Vizquel, Charlie Hayes, Ivan Rodriguez, good player, Pip Roberts, Matt Williams, and Rob Beck. I don't think there's any way this has been touched as a box because the A-Rod was the very last card. You could have opened this up and saw that card and just, just took it and did whatever you wanted the rest of the box, but that would have been the card that people would have taken up until, a couple years ago. So yeah, I don't think that is what happened. I think it just was weird that somebody stuck a sticker on it for whatever reason. All right, Darryl Strawberry, Mariano Duncan, Jim Abbott, Nelson Lariano, Kenny Rogers, Jeff Brantley, Roger Clemens, Scott Sanders, Checklist, and Jack McDowell. All right. So we definitely run dry on the inserts. We have not hit a wave of the future inserts. To me, is kind of odd, but we've hit 5 of the other inserts. See, like, here's what they look like normally, and no stickers. That pink sticker was definitely odd, because since that's not something a machine would have done, somebody had to do that by hand. And Walt Weiss, Kenny Lofton, Chuck McElroy, Mike Greenwell, Andy Ashby, Kevin Tapani, Greg Jeffries, Gary Gaetti, Tommy Green, and Greg Gore. Interesting stuff, for sure. Yeah, I think back in the days, odds may not have always hit the way you thought. I know, a lot of people have opened a lot of different sets, like 89 Upper Deck, there's been a lot of theories about, which you could pull out of 89 Upper Deck in terms of grippies. My belief has always been, you should get 1 to 2 almost every box. But I've heard, the stories, 9, 18, every pack, none, There's Wade Boggs, David Need, Pat Borders, Tony Fernandez, Gar Finvold, okay. Pat Mears, Bernard Gilkey, Darryl Strawberry again, and then saw it when I opened it up, but the first wave of the future. So these are kind of cool. The darker color, kind of a different wave pattern. This is Chris Gomez. So our first wave. Obviously they're not 1 in 4 packs, so the infill powers were. So it looks like they made the waves harder to get insert in 94. So hopefully we get another one. If it was maybe a 2-a-box versus 4-a-box like it was last year. And look at that. I got another one coming up. Not hitting the names, but hitting, the inserts finally. After a big dry spell. And, yeah, here's kind of cool is that, these are, I forgot that they were color-coded. Or at least somewhat color-coded. So Shane Mack, Rick Wilkins, Roger Salkeld, Rafael Palmeiro, Ruben Sierra, Carlos Garcia, Phil Leftwich, Lou Whitaker, another Jack McDowell, and here you go, Mark Airy. You can see the yellow. So you got blue and yellow kind of blending into the team colors there for the Way of the Futures. So they actually look much nicer. So yeah, I'm a big fan of those revised designs. Obviously, that year one was fairly lazy on design in terms of the inserts, and in year two they stepped their game up quite nicely. So nothing to dislike. And this set, I mean, if you think about it, it had the A-Rod rookie in it. It had some really cool inserts. The quality of the cards is still super high. Full, thicker stock, full bleed, no borders, gold foil. I mean, just premium quality. There's Jeff Bagwell, Brett Barbary, Geronimo Baroa, Brian Harper, Chili Davis, Tony Tarasco. There's another A-Rod. I mean, that's cool. 2 A-Rod rookies in one box. Mike Fetters. Again, that's why there's no way this box has ever messed with. I mean, 2 A-Rods in one box. I mean, nobody messed with this box. This is the way it was meant to be. But again, this product probably was. I mean, I would say at one point maybe $200 to $300 a box. Maybe I'd say probably $200. At the height of the A-Rod mania. So for it to be, maybe a $40 to $50 box now, shows just kind of how much favor Rod's fallen out of. So yeah, I think his rookies, like I said before, are going up. I think that trend will go up a little bit as people are speculating, a little bit more. There's obviously a big market now to kind of speculate as people are buying up whoever they think might go up. Mike Fetters, Curtis, Avery Gore, Chamberlain, King, Alex Cope, Rod Beck, and Checkers. So yeah, it's like people are just kind of going nuts a little bit, buying anything they think is going to go up at all, or even has any value. As tons of money is being spent in the hobby. Some of it good, some of it bad. I do think the base phenomenon is for real, and I think it's going to stay. I don't think some of the prices might stay, but I think just the idea that base card collecting especially base rookie card collecting, is a main part of the hobby. It's going to, I think that's going to stay forever. Marion Duncan, another Jim Abbott, Nessa Lariano, Kenny Rogers, Jeff Brentley, Roger Clemens, Scott Sanders, we're getting a lot of doubles, Larry Walker, and Alex Cole. So I think we probably hit all the answers we were supposed to get out of this box. And I think 2 Way with the Futures, 5 of those infield powers, 2 A-Rods. I know it's not an insert, but it's kind of the only base card you're really looking for out of this Series 2 product. And our one hot glove that you're going to get out of a box is, Greg Maddux, which is a great one to get personally for me. Big fan of Maddux. I think his inserts and his cards in general are really low in price. So I think as people start collecting more and more, they'll realize that pitchers in general are really undervalued in terms of hobby love. So yeah, I think we'll start seeing maybe some more pitchers going up in value. As I've got Ken Ryan, Tony Gwynn, I think it's the first Gwynn I pulled, Dave Burba, Alan Watson, Jose Lane, John Kruk, Denny Hawking, Tom Candiotti, Jack Morris, and Mark Acri. Is that Acri? Yeah. I'm saying Erie, because that looks like an E. I was going to pull up Tom Candiotti. I don't know if a lot of you guys know that he was a huge rookie card collector. He, I think in some old SMRs you can pull up his story, but he had at one time, I think, one of the better Hall of Fame rookie collections. And then I think Delman Young, or One of the young brothers end up surpassing him or buying some of his collection. But Candiati was in on PSA early. I mean, early, and focused on Hall of Famers and not just the 50s and 60s and those kind of Hall of Famers, but modern too. And so he had a lot of the PSA 10s, that were rare on some of the early, some of the later, like let's say, like Cal Ripken and Tony Gwynn, and now I know they're not super rare as 10s, but I'm just saying like he was collecting those cards before they were really cool. There's Sammy Sosa, Charlie Huff. Cool to see Sosa in this time period. Mark Langley, Mickey Tillotson, Jose Manzanero. So nothing big in that pack. But recap, pretty quick. 2 A-Rod rookies. Obviously, that would have been gold 10, maybe 15 years ago. Probably 10. Got the Maddox, Hot Glove. Got 5 of these info power cards. So we got Palmeiro, Piazza, Will Clark, Darren Dalton, Don Mattingly. Again, that's cool. 2 Wave of the Futures. Nothing cool there. Just commons there, but I think a good box. I think this would have been back in the day, when A-Rod was huge. This would have been a moneymaker box. Today, it's just kind of fun to see the cards. I'll keep everything, it's inserts, and I think it's cool to have the opportunity to open these kind of boxes now after all these years. I couldn't afford it back in 94. I was just a poor high school kid looking for gas money and not buying 94 Flair cards for sure. Hope you like the video and catch me next time as I open up some more 90s cards, looking for inserts, looking for Griffies. And, see you next time. Bye.